Welcome. I'm showing up because I know I'm not the only one who is experiencing all these challenges and seeking clarity and soul expansion. And hold on, there. And I am being guided by my angels to show up more, to be of service, and to share my personal experiences and my recent learnings on soul expansion and God consciousness and seeing everything that seeing challenges as opportunities, seeing everything that's been happening in our life as gifts for lessons and learnings. I'm Alali Carissa, your intuitive success mentor and transformational teacher. And if you're here right now, it's because you're ready. You want to make that quantum leap. You want to align with your soul purpose, or you want to manifest your most abundant life, your most compatible divine life soulmate, your healthiest, most powerful body, whatever your heart is truly calling for. And tonight, in just a few hours, Mercury goes direct. The retrograde ends, the final retrograde of the year ends. The fog lifts, clarity returns. And tomorrow, Sunday, November 30 at 4:30 p.m. Dubai or 8:30 p.m. Manila time, we step through the Divine Clarity Gateway portal together. And I know what you've been experiencing just like me. You're doing the inner work, you're healing, you're affirming, you're visualizing, you're doing your best to shift. And yet, somehow, the old patterns and wounds resurface, or old programming starts creeping up again. And the old the old programming, the old thoughts, the old doubts, fears, the old patterns you thought you'd already released starts creeping up again. I'm just gonna share the live link to our WhatsApp group chat. If you're not yet part of the group WhatsApp group chat, the link is bit.ly/ELC WhatsApp group, capital ELCWAG. All right, so welcome again. Thank you for being here today, and I'm downloading the messages from the spirit as we speak right now. Just checking if I'm live. Yeah, I think I am. I am, right? I am live. Yes, I am. Yay, perfect. Message. And um I've been processing a lot. And if you're undergoing some challenges right now, let me know. If you are also struggling or processing everything that's been coming up, let me know. If you're also seeking clarity, type yes in the comments or just share with me in the chat or in our in what's on WhatsApp or on Instagram in our conversation thread. Share with me if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like maybe you're in bed at night and that old story about why things never work out starts playing in your head over and over again, or you're about to take inspired action and you freeze with the same fear that you had a year ago, or maybe you're scrolling social media and suddenly you're comparing yourself, or you see someone and you get triggered about how they look, or you just feel a weird energy that you don't want and you spiral downward. And today I'm going to share something that shifted my perspective about pain, about challenges, about why things happen the way they do. And before we dive into more teachings and examples and me sharing my personal story, I will share my personal story deeper um, tomorrow. If you join the activation, again, it's pay what feels good, any amount that feels right for you. And the link will be in the description and in our group chat. I'll be sharing and we're going deeper tomorrow. Today is just an introduction of what we're gonna explore. I just want to share ancient wisdom that I have been learning recently from David Kiyang, advanced teachings on ancient wisdom of Kabbalah. And on there's this particular chapter in the course, and it's called challenges as spiritual tests. So these are these teachings are helping me understand why every challenge you're facing is not punishment. It's actually preparation to expand, and it's part of our karmic lessons, our soul contracts. And if we are here in this world to become like the creator, then we must understand that every challenge we face is designed to help us expand our vessel and earn more good karma and also come back to the light. And challenges are not punishments. Challenges are not random. Challenges are actually carefully designed for our soul, for opportunities for elevation. But most people see challenges as something to complain about or escape from rather than the thing that's leading us to our greatest breakthrough and transformation. And I was crying, nonstop crying. And then I will laugh. Then I'll cry again and I'll laugh and cry. The past weeks, it's been intense. And I just want to share that until we shift our perspective, we will keep experiencing the same test over and over again. And this happened to me. I realized when I digress or when I divert away from my spiritual path, when I lose my routine, when I treat another human being as a god and really not myself, or my obsession for something like validation or something outside myself as God, that's when things get chaotic and things go haywire. When, for example, I don't get to do my yoga every day, my walking every day, my walking meditation, my Reiki, my spiritual teaching studies, when I put that in the back seat, the universe will find a way that I will be alone again or choose to be alone again so that I understand everything and elevate myself and process in a way that I can share it to my people. If you feel that truth, let me know. And in the teachings that I'm studying, the course says, David Guillaume in his teaching says, each level of our life, each level has new obstacles, and we can attract challenges, even enemies, but these are not placed on your path to destroy you, not to destroy you, but to strengthen you, to strengthen your skills in your vessel so you can advance and expand. And the Creator is not testing us to see if we will fail. The Creator is testing us because we are ready to elevate. And the test is the training, and it will repeat until we pass it. And there are three types of tests according to the Kabbalistic teachings. And I just think it's good to know and understand what these types of tests are. Number one, the tests that reveal where you are not free. These tests expose places in your soul where you're still reacting from fear, from lack, or insecurity. And I have been here, I have been there. They usually appear as the same relationship patterns repeating in your life, the same financial struggles happening over and over, the same feelings of self doubt, unworthiness, or fears resurfacing. And the test is showing you that you are still responding from lack instead of certainty. Certainty. The formula is actually to stop complaining and come from a place of certainty. I shared this in our WhatsApp group a few days ago. Shift from complaining and victim mindset to certainty plus desire for solution and holding space for your pain and healing. This is how we come back to the light. And that is where I am now, actually. Holding space for my own space and healing, and for my own promised people's, for my promised people, for you, for my clients' healing. So there's that part of our soul that requires more correction. For example, for me, for years, I kept on attracting emotionally unavailable men. Although they upgrade, they become better and better. Like before, they were really abusive, but they become better and better. They give me better and better experiences. But I would attract men who gave confusion instead of clarity. And the pattern repeated again and again. And this was a test revealing where I was not free. I was still operating from I'm not enough instead of I'm whole on my own. And this test will keep repeating until I would shift my consciousness at the root. So, can you see a pattern in your life that keeps repeating? That's your soul showing you where you're not yet free. Test number two would be the test that help you close an old chapter. These tests show up when you're ready to elevate, but are still holding on to an old identity, an old belief system, an old situation, or an old relationship. A toxic relationship resurfaces in your life, or a past fear will return to you, or a challenge you thought was over will reappear in your life. And the test is saying, are you truly ready to let go now? Can we let go now? And it means there's some residue left in our vessel. In order for something new to appear, new energy, we have to let go of that residue of the old life. We have to let go of the old narrative, the old belief systems, the old story that many of us still hold on to because it gives us maybe satisfaction, or or because we're too attached to it. And again, the formula for manifestation magnetism includes detachment, right? We talked about that in the previous webinar. So, are you still telling a story from your past and allowing that to be your identity today? This can be in your love life, your abundance, anything. And we cannot keep on desiring and craving this new identity, this new future, or a new type of relationship if we are still clinging to the past and chasing for the past. And part of what we're going to be learning on this journey together is how to surrender and just let go of the past, that it happened, perfectly. It's time to let go. And I know that this recent period has brought this up for many of us, right? Many of us have felt something resurfacing. So the question is, are you now truly ready to release the old story? Maybe a fear or a story of past failure or an identity, a belief system. Are you ready to choose differently this time? And all the Creator wants from us is to decide today who we want to be. The Creator cannot see the past or the future for us if we do not decide on who you want to be at this moment. And that's the power of now. If you decide today to be abundant, then all the years and years of lack will disappear. But you gotta decide now. It it depends on your decision now. Your future will depend on your decision now. And if today you decide to be a person of certainty, then the next 20, 30 years of uncertainty and doubts will disappear. And it's all up to us. It's all up to you who you want to be at this moment. And that's so powerful to know. Who are you choosing to be right now? The third test is the tests that prepare you for your next level. And these are painful situations. Actually, these tests are can interchangeable, right? When you let go and then you're preparing it to the next level. So we don't really understand why we're going through some things in our life. But and the tests can be really overwhelming, but these are all preparing us for something greater, for a big destiny, for you to expand your vessel, and you're a vessel of love and light and healing. And for example, there will be an illness or a trauma or abuse for some people, even at a young age, or some kind of death. And you experience all of this, and it seems unfair to you. But these are all preparing you for something great that you're meant to do in the future. And so, this process, this pain, this challenge that you're going through right now, this is necessary to prepare you either to have empathy for the world, deep, deep empathy for those who are suffering because you experience the same, or to mature you quickly at a young age if it happened at a very young age, and know that there's still so much miracles and abundance that are coming. And most of the time, maturity is required to hold all those abundance and miracles coming. It could just also be to uncover or unlock higher gates of wisdom. And this wisdom is needed or necessary for you to be a channel of spiritual teaching, love and light and healing for the world. And I have also been learning that before every major breakthrough in your life, there's always a test of certainty. You're tested with financial uncertainty right before a massive opportunity. You experience a deep emotional breakdown right before meeting your soulmate or your next soulmate, because we have multiple soulmates, right? And of course, we all want to attract and magnetize that most compatible divine life soulmate. You feel lost in your career or your purpose right before a major revelation or a big, big opportunity. And the universe is asking, will you trust in the light? Do you trust in the light of the Creator? Even when you cannot see the whole picture right now, even when you cannot see what's going to unfold. And this always hits me deeply when I first heard it, and now that I heard it again. Becoming a single mother at age 20, that was really, really young for me. I said single mother because although I had a partner at that time, I felt like I was shouldering everything, like financially, mentally. I was the mature one in the relationship, although I was still immature, meaning I was the breadwinner. I felt like I didn't really have a partner at that time. Um, I was married and annulled, and actually, I keep on saying that I was abused at that time, but honestly, I let it happen to me, so I also don't want to call it, I don't really want to blame my ex-husband for that, the father of my son. But I just felt like I was alone in the entire journey. I became a single mother even though I was married at that time, at age 20. And, that was preparing me to help other women break generational patterns and heal themselves. And it was preparing me to empower fellow women to love themselves more and more. And this recent heartbreak that I just experienced during this retrograde season, this was preparing me for the next level of love, abundance, worth, and service that I'm stepping into. So, what challenge are you going through that might be preparing you for your greatest destiny? Have a look within and think about that and reflect on that. And in the course that I'm studying, again by David Kiam, I want to credit him. There's a mantra there that I want to share with everyone. Every test is a gift. I do not resist. I expand my vessel. I trust in the process, even when I cannot see the outcome. With every challenge, I become more like the Creator. I release with love. I heal with peace. I let go with loving ease. Of course, I added those those last ones. But yeah, I just want you to take a deep breath and place your hand on your heart, or one hand on your heart, the other one on your belly, and say that with me. Every test is a gift. I do not resist. I expand my vessel. I trust in the process, even when I cannot see the outcome. With every challenge, I become more like the Creator. I release with love. I heal with peace. I let go with loving ease. Feels good, right? So every test or training, I would rather call it training than test, actually, to be honest. But in the course, they keep on saying test. But I'd rather say challenge or training, right? But yeah, these are invitations to expand your vessel. Expand your vessel. And the Creator is not trying to break you, the Creator is trying to expand you. And each time you pass that test or training, you shift into a higher timeline and you become more aligned with your infinite soul, your soul star. We're going to activate that tomorrow in the Divine Clarity Gateway portal. Let me know if you want to join. Again, the link would be in our WhatsApp group and in the description. You create space for miracles as you each time you pass these tests. So, this brings me to the foundation of everything we're doing today, tomorrow, and the coming days. We have upcoming events for you this December. So, oh my gosh, imagine it's November 30 tomorrow. Amazing. So, the foundation of everything is faith. Faith. And I know some of you already heard so many teachings about faith, right? Here we go again with the faith talk. But honestly, faith is everything. Faith is the consensus belief among every single successful manifestation methodology that has ever existed. Every spiritual tradition, every quantum physics principle, every ancient wisdom teaching, including Kabbalah, they all converge into this one truth: faith, absolute faith, and certainty that everything is working out for you, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you must believe in something before you have evidence of it. It's not to see it is to believe it, it is to believe it is to see it. And as a coach, as someone who has worked with beautiful souls one on one, I don't really care what you believe in, like what's your religion. I don't care about the religious background that you have. I respect all religions. I don't care what your spiritual practice is, as long as you have faith. If you have belief, if you have faith, I can work with that. We can work together. Whatever you believe in, maybe it's Mother Earth, God, Allah, Buddhism, Hinduism. You believe in divine love that operates the pure love frequency that exists everywhere, anything and in anything and everything. We can work together. I can work with that because we speak the language of the universe. And when you have faith, I can translate that truth into any context that works for you. But if you have no foundational faith mechanism to pull from, you cannot access the energy that creates worlds. You cannot access the energy that creates miracles. You gotta have that faith. Maybe for some, it's actually faith in themselves, you know, faith in themselves. I know people who are atheists who become light workers. So they have faith in themselves and they realize that I'm God within. So that brings you to faith in God. And so we literally have to learn how to shift our orientation from being circumstantially focused, like depending on circumstances, what's happening in the 3D, or being blinded by the 3D illusion, to being able to see, feel, and engage and connect with a higher power, an energy higher than you, a vibration that is unseen but known and felt. So, what is that for you? And faith is the difference between those who manifest and those who stay stuck. Absolute faith and certainty means that you know that everything is working out for you, everything is perfect. And I've learned to accept that recently. Like, I was crying and crying, and then I was like saying, you know, Aleni, this is a gift wherever you are right now. This is good. This is really good. I mean, you're back to your deep, deep studies on ancient wisdom. You're meeting so much amazing people along the way. You're crying, meaning you're cleansing your vessel. And now you're back doing live. You have so much downloads. I have so much downloads recently. And so this retrograde period um, made you review everything, and it's ending tonight. You have reviewed your relationships. I was just talking to Althea and Aliyah about this, like how they are journeying in their own relationships. And you know, your partner, your soulmate is your greatest trigger, your greatest teacher. Yes, that's true. For me, my partner, and also my son, are my greatest teacher. So let's be grateful for our all our previous partners and the current ones and the future, wherever you are in your journey. So your patterns, your boundaries, your worth, your energy, your purpose, you have been reviewing all of this. And we have this period also revealed the three types of tests that I've shared earlier, where you're not free, where um you're not yet ready to close, the old chapters that you're not yet ready to close, old relationships, old fears, old stories, and it's preparing us for a next level. It has prepared us, actually. It's over. Tonight it's over. So the confusion, the pain, the uncertainty, they were all expanding our vessel for the miracles coming in 2026. The miracles coming in 2026. And for me, it really showed me where I was still giving my power away to people who couldn't hold it, where I was waiting for external validation instead of trusting my inner knowing. I repeat that. I'm gonna repeat what I just said. Where I was waiting for external validation instead of trusting my inner knowing. And believing circumstances were more powerful than my consciousness. And in the 1212 portal, the theme is actually advanced God state consciousness. This is what I am processing and downloading and integrating in my system. Nothing can be more powerful than your consciousness, your God state consciousness. So if you can relate with me, oh, we have someone from Dominican Republic. Oh my goodness, thank you, my loves, for joining. I love that. This is a random live. I'm gonna do more of this. Um, I was just inspired to do this today, so I sent the message to the WhatsApp group, going live, and to my students. We'll do more of this. And it's great to have, because most of my students are from the Philippines and UAE. I'm in Dubai, UAE. So it's good to connect with. Recently, I've been connecting with people from the US. So it's great to connect. You're the first from Dominican Republic. Grateful to have you here, my dear. So, yeah, what did this retrograde reveal to you? And which type of test were you experiencing? Feel free to share. And the truth is, everything that came up during this period, this past weeks or past months, actually, this year, every challenge, everything that felt like it was falling apart, it was clearing the path for your highest purpose to emerge. It was clearing your vessel. Every confusion is leading to clarity. And again, tomorrow we activate what is being revealed to you. Please come join us in our portal. And again, it's Pay What Feels Good, Divine Clarity Gateway portal. And I really want you to know that I'm not teaching all this from a place of having it all figured out. I'm still figuring out, and I'm teaching this from my own personal experiences and lessons that I'm still learning and processing in my journey. You know, I was 20 when I got pregnant and gave birth to my son, Alan. I was young and I was scared, and that little girl in me didn't know her own value yet. And I thought love was something you had to work for, to prove yourself worthy of, and fight to keep. I made myself small so others would stay, and I became a master people pleaser. And even until my last relationship, I was still in the energy of giving more, or chasing more than being pursued. And And I convinced myself that my worth was measured by how much I could sacrifice or give in a relationship. And I settled, I even chased men who didn't really realize my value. I sought attention from people who gave me confusion. And I told myself that all this was normal because somewhere deep inside, I believed I didn't deserve better. And I learned to earn love the only way I thought possible, by giving everything away. I gave away my body, my money, my heart, my brain. I'm very smart. My time, my energy, and I overgave until I was empty. I overextended, extended. I overextended until I broke. And now I see that I have been being tested or trained in the process. I was operating from lack, not from wholeness, from scarcity mindset, not abundance. And well, that woman or little girl, that immature woman who didn't know her value, doesn't live here anymore. She woke up. I'm awake now. She finally remembered who she really was, and she healed and is continuously healing. I'm continuously healing and evolving in my journey. So I want you to also be continuously healing and evolving. And this recent retrograde period showed me the patterns I thought I'd healed already, that I still had to heal. And it asked me to close a chapter, to release an old chapter completely. That I had no choice but to just release it. And I was looking inside. I I was looking at where I'm still giving my energy away, where I'm still playing smaller than my soul calls me to be. Still settling for confusion when I deserve clarity. And I'm choosing to pass this test now. I'm choosing to close that chapter, and I'm choosing my new identity. And again, tomorrow at Divine Clarity Gateway, I'm sharing the full story of my biggest heartbreak and how it led me to this deep, most profound awakening and upgrade that I've ever experienced. After so many upgrades, I think this is the deepest one. And today, right now, I'm preparing you with these teachings that will shift your perspective about all the pain and challenges that you're going through. So I hope if you're listening now, whether live or in replay, you have water or your warm cup of tea or your journal and your pen. Grab your journal and get comfortable and just allow yourself to receive the teachings. I'm going to talk next about empowerment versus victim mode. This is the choice that you have to make. And I have personally struggled with this. Being very, very concerned about circumstances and thinking that we are the victim of circumstances. Asking, what do I do? What did I do? Why did he do this to me? How do I fix this now? Why isn't it working? Why are all this happening around me? Why is everything crashing down? If you hear the energy in these questions, that's disempowerment. That's functioning from the ego that has no faith. And that's victim mode. And what happens when you're in that state is that the power that you can harness to create your world and manifest what you want is completely lost. Because when you focus on the outer circumstantial reality, which we're all trained to do as humans, we lose touch with the guidance, the downloads, the inspiration, the feeling, the flow, the inclinations, the insights that come from Creator and from within. And we lose touch with the truth that we are connected to the universal creative intelligence. But the truth is that nobody and nothing that has free will, I repeat, nobody and nothing has free will in your reality except you. Nobody and nothing has free will in your reality except you. Let me say that again. Nobody and nothing and no situation has free will in your reality except you. Your partner or your person doesn't have free will in your reality. Your boss doesn't have. Your bank account doesn't have. Your country doesn't have. They're all responding to the energy, to the vibration, to the state of consciousness that you are projecting. And I know this might be hard to hear, and I myself am like processing really. Because the dangerous part of this is reverting to self blame, and let's not be there, let's not go there. I know for me, it was so hard for me to accept, and I was blaming myself. But instead of blaming yourself, it's better to be accountable. It means taking full responsibility and accountability for your choices, for your life, for your experiences. It means that you cannot blame your partner for leaving you. You cannot blame the economy for your lack. It all comes back to you, your consciousness, your state of being. And the liberating truth that leads us to freedom is that if you created it, you can uncreate it. If you manifested this reality, you can manifest a different reality. And you gotta commit. There has to be a covenant or commitment to your new reality. And I have felt like a failure myself so many times in my life. How many times I've had to pull myself out of the victim mode with resilience and self regulation, with dedication, with consistency, with commitment, with practice, and with love and faith. Because I choose to not allow myself the option of staying in the old reality. You have to stand your ground in the good times and even in the bad times, in the hard times, in the moments when you want to give up. You have to learn to tell yourself, to know, and to believe that there's a way. And even if you cannot see the way right now, there is a way. I have faith in that. There's a way. This is what faith really means. That faith is what separates those who manifest from those who don't. And that is how you start harnessing the energy that commands the universe. The heart of manifestation is that you create and project your own reality. It's not sometimes, and it's not when you're high vibe enough. You project always, every moment, every breath. You're projecting your vibration and energy onto the screen of space, and that projection manifests as every person, every interaction, every circumstance in your entire life. People don't just show up because of how they're showing up, they show up because of what you're projecting. So if we are projecting that we don't believe that we are worthy, then that is what will happen with the people around us. Same with money, same with opportunities, same with everything. So, how do you now correct? The key is reverse engineering your manifestation. So, when something shows up in reality that you don't want, here's what we gotta do. We gotta stop blaming the circumstances, stop blaming the person, stop blaming anything outside of you, and reverse engineer it. You follow the energy back to its source. So trace that manifestation back by asking, what energy within me created this before the thing happened? Figure out which energy created it. Then change that energy at its source in your consciousness, in your state, in your identity. So for me, let me share a personal example. For years, I kept manifesting the same relationship pattern. Men who were giving me confusion instead of clarity, who couldn't fully see my value. But although I've been attracting better partners, but there's still confusion there. And now I kept on asking, why do I attract this? What's wrong with me? What's wrong? Why? And now I trace it back to the energy I'm projecting. I'm I feel that I have to prove. I still have this feeling that I have to prove that I'm enough, that I'm not worth clear, devoted love. I have to work for it. I still have that belief system that I have to work for it. I'm still not in my 100% receiving mode. So now I'm shifting that energy, that vibration that was creating my previous manifestations to just completely receiving mode. I'm now completely in my receiving mode. That's what I'm vibrating. That's why I'm projecting. That's why I'm intending that I will be the receiver and I would stop giving and giving financially, emotionally, or when it comes to understanding mentally. So I just we just gotta change that energy at the source. So now I'm shifting to I'm worthy of clear, devoted love. I'm more than enough. I don't need to prove myself. I don't need to prove anything. I don't need to chase. I attract, I magnetize, and I allow myself to fully receive. I allow myself to fully receive. And when you identify and shift the source energy, better people will start showing up. It's inevitable. And instead of chasing now, you do the choosing. And now I understand why we keep falling back into old programming. When you're functioning from the lower mind, from the ego, you're functioning from circumstances, from limitation, from the illusion. When we're prioritizing or listening first to the human avatar or the ego, that's the lower mind. When you're feeling like I can't or it's impossible or there's irritation or aggravation or anger and tension, or you're obsessively worried about what someone else will say or what someone else or someone else's opinion, what someone else will do or say or the judgment of society. That's operating from the ego. That's the lower mind. And that's attachment to circumstances, circumstantial power, not personal power. And we should be coming from personal power. And when we have that emotional attachment to our person or to any specific desire, that's actually an unhealthy attachment. It's mental body attachment, and it's coming from lack. It's coming from the lower mind's interpretation of what love is. Real desire, soul desire, doesn't feel like that. Soul desire feels natural, effortless, detached, and certain, peaceful, calm. Like, of course, it's done. Of course, this is mine. So now, how do you drop the mind? How do we shift from the lower mind to higher mind, to truth? How do we change? How do we shift to truth? How do we shift from ego to soul, from old programming to a new reality? You simply learn to drop the lower mind. You learn to drop the circumstantial reasoning, the logic, the matrix, the old programming, the resistance. You release the resistance. Whenever you feel resistance, you release that. You open up, you become more receptive to insights, to positive reinforcements. You calm yourself. Breath of fresh air, that's the energy that we want to embody, like calm and blissful, and peace and quiet. That is what we have to embody in order to release the confusion or the mind spinning. We embody clarity and truth. The embodied clarity and truth come when you transcend the limitation of the lower mind and drop into the truth behind the illusion. This is where we access the energy that creates worlds. And we all have access to this energy right now. But the question is, how attuned are you to it? And I've spent over a decade, like 12 years and more, consistently training myself to be more aware. But until now, I'm still working on myself. I've been up leveling, yes, but then there has to be a continuous desire and commitment to learn, to train yourself, to be more spiritually aware, to expand your vessel, to bring subtle energies into conscious awareness. Every day, we're all picking up on subtle cues from the universe, guidance, whispers, information, inspiration, downloads. It's all coming to all of us. You just have to train yourself to notice. I'm checking my hair because I didn't comb my hair. From showering, I immediately went live. So, you just have to train yourself to notice the the energies that you've been ignoring, what what you have not been processed, what you have not processed yet, fully processed or expressed. Because again, you're distracted by circumstances. And there has to be introspection, contemplative meditation, and releasing, I'm burping, releasing old programming and old stories. And again, tomorrow at Divine Clarity Gateway, we're activating your soul star and stellar gateway, the chakras above your crown that connect you to this divine guidance directly. So please join us tomorrow. Again, it's Pay What Feels Good, and it's 2.5 hours of activation. So a few more pieces that I'm sharing with you. Let me give you some examples of what identity shift looks like in real life. Because the title of our live today is um, From Old Programming to New Reality, right? So I wanna I wanna just share how do you shift from old programming to your new reality? And how do you do it in the moment when you catch yourself? First, the comparison trap. The comparison trap. Hold on, let me just reply to a message. All right. Uh, there. Because someone wanted to join the live. I just shared to her the live link. Okay. Comparison trap. You're scrolling on Instagram and you see someone living your dream. Someone built their business and thriving, or traveling and living in abundance, or people manifesting a wonderful relationship and they're in a very extravagant wedding and they're getting married or getting pregnant if you desire to be a mom and you see people making babies. Old programming says, why can't I have what they have? It works for everyone but me. Something's wrong with me. The old identity would spiral and take it as evidence of unworthiness. But again, the new identity would reveal that you're before you're coming from lack, but now you're shifting into, so you catch that with awareness, you're more aware. So the new identity is more aware, so you pause, coming from a place of abundance, not competition and scarcity, but abundance. And you ask yourself, is this really the truth? Or is this just my lower mind creating false narratives of scarcity and competition? Then you choose. Actually, this is evidence. It's proof that it's possible for me. I'm seeing my future reflected back to me by seeing all this. I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm always on time. I'm co-creating with the universe. If they can do it, so can I. I bless them. I bless that which I want and I celebrate that. What I'm seeing is my sign. And that's the shift from old programming to new reality in real time. It starts with awareness that you create your new reality and you can create your own reality at every single moment. Example number two, an the unanswered message. Whenever there's an unanswered message. So that's example number two. So number one was comparison, the comparison trap. Number two is the unanswered message. Your person hasn't replied in hours or days. Maybe it's been a week. And the old programming creates this catastrophic stories of maybe I said something wrong, or I'm not loved, or they're ghosting me, I'm not good enough for them. The old identity spirals into anxiety, checking your phone obsessively, drafting and deleting messages, and overthinking and being sad. But you've committed to your new identity, so you catch that thought, you recognize it as just coming from your lower mind. That's not your highest truth. And you remember that you're ready to release that old story of I'm not chosen, and you ask, would the version of me who already has this amazing relationship be obsessing, or would she be living her life trusting, knowing she's chosen? So you choose the new identity, you redirect your energy, you act from that place, you self-regulate, you recalibrate, you embody the woman who is already loved and already chosen. You put the phone down, or you delete. Some people, they block. You go do your yoga, you call your best friend, you work on your purpose, you meet your clients, your students, you live your life. And from that state, everything shifts. Someday they will text, or someone better shows up, or you realize you don't even want them anymore because you're happy on your own right now because you've upgraded your identity and it's no longer a match. So, there, one more example, launching your program or your business. You're about to put yourself out there. You're about to put that you are about to post that vulnerable content, and you have that burning desire to share your gifts with the world. Your old programming screams, people will judge me, I'm not qualified, what if it fails? But you recognize that this fear is actually a test and maybe a proof that you're about to break through. It's preparing you for your next level. So the new identity recognizes that okay, this is the threshold that I have, my upper limit, and this is the ego's last stand before my biggest breakthrough. So I've got to break this upper limit. You breathe and you pause and you say, thank you, ego, for trying to protect me. But I'm remembering who I really am. I'm a divine creator, and this new identity is ready. I was born for this. And you step through, you hit publish, you launch, you claim your power. That's escaping the matrix of old programming at its finest. You will pass all the tests, the training, and you will expand your vessel for all the abundance and all the miracles that's coming for you. And one last final point is detachment. I mentioned this earlier. I want to clarify how and point out and stress, okay, not stress, point out how crucial and important this is in our magnetism and manifestation and transcending circumstances. How detachment is important. Detachment is not about not wanting your desire. Detachment is about releasing the lack mindset around your desire. So you're releasing the lack mindset that's not aligned with having the thing that you desire. That is detachment. We're releasing the grip. And the energy we're going for is absolute faith and certainty. You just know it's done. You just know it's completed. You just know it's fulfilled. You just know it's yours. And you don't worry about it. Like, do you worry about your next breath? Do we check if there will be a next breath? Do we check if there will be oxygen on your next inhale? Do you check your phone obsessively to see if oxygen texted you back? Do you obsess about where you'll sleep tonight? No. You don't, because you know those things are being handled. And that's the energy we're going for. You want your money, you want your person, your dream life, but you know it's done. So there's no stress, there's no needing, there's no pushing and pulling. Because real manifestation is magnetic. You don't chase your desires, you embody the frequency of having them, and they will be automatically drawn to you. Like your next breath, like your heartbeat, you allow because you know it's yours. And the attachment, the problematic kind of attachment, it's the lower mind creating agony and desperation in your system. When you know something is yours, you don't experience attachment, you experience peace. And no one can take away from you what's yours. That's something that I was instilling in my mind. No one can take away from me what's mine. So what am I worrying about? Why am I so sad? No, you release the grip, and you stop needing your place. You stop needing your desire from a place of lack. Again, you release the grip and you stop needing your desire from a place of lack. You shift to knowing you're abundant and you're worthy. You're worthy of love. You keep choosing yourself first and you keep living your life fully. So, before we dive into tomorrow's activation, let's do a release practice right now. I know there's someone in your life. So, if there's anyone in your life, past or present, who you need to release, who you're still energetically tied to, who showed up during this retrograde period in your thoughts, your dreams, your life. Let's release them together right now. This is karmic and soul contract healing work that you need to do to release what's complete and ground into embodied truth and clarity. And all you have to do is um, think of that person. So place your hand on your heart. You think of that person, you see their face, feel the connection, and just feel that your heart and his or her heart is connected right now. And you can close your eyes or your eyes open with a soft gaze. Just say these words out loud or in your mind with me. Thank you for all the lessons and the growth. I'm so grateful for the learnings, for all the gifts, for all the positive contribution that you have brought into my life. I release you with love. I heal with peace, and I open up to the light. Just feel these words. Feel opening up your vessel to the light. Take a deep breath in, soaking in as much love and light as you're able. Can gently affirm, I love myself fully, completely, and unconditionally. And as you exhale, release. You can gently affirm, I release, I let go, I forgive with loving ease. I allow the love from my own heart to wash through me, healing and cleansing every single part of my body. Keep on breathing, exhaling all tension, and feeling the cord being cut right now. Feel the release. Feel your energy returning to you. Can we just release all the shock and trauma and all the negative still stuck energies, and can we replace this with a positive feeling program of love, kindness, forgiveness, and understanding? Just say yes as you receive this energetic healing downloads with me in this present moment. And just keep on breathing and use your breath. As you exhale, you're releasing all tension, all hurt, and all pain. And as you exhale, you release all stress, all worries and doubts. And as you inhale, you transmute all of this into cleansed energies, to positive vibes, into love and light and healing. Just allowing the love from your own heart to wash through you, healing and cleansing every single part of your body, integrating all this across all time and space, all belief systems, every cell of your body, and in each and every area, every aspect of your life. It is done, it's completed, it's fulfilled, so be it, and so it is. And with a smile on our faces, let's slowly and gently open our eyes. All right, how is that for you? You just healed a soul contract. You just cleared karmic energy. And we're closing an old chapter with love. It doesn't mean that it cannot or can no longer return. It will. I promise you it will. If it's meant for you, it will. And this is the work that we're doing tomorrow at Divine Clarity Gateway. At the deepest level, we're gonna activate more and more clarity. Because tonight, Mercury goes direct. Tomorrow, the fog lifts completely, clarity returns. And tomorrow, again, November 30, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Dubai or 8:30 p.m. Manila time, we step through the Divine Clarity Gateway. We will do sacred release ritual, letting go with love, everything 2025 ask you to carry that's now complete. We're laying it down with gratitude. We're healing soul contracts. We're cutting karmic cords with love. You'll write what you're releasing, what you want to release, belief systems that I'm not enough, love never works out, I have to work for love, patterns such as people pleasing, overgiving, self-sabotage, playing small, or draining negative energy that you gotta release all negative mental gunk, heaviness, confusion, doubt, victim consciousness, or people and situations so that you can say yes to what you truly want and what's truly meant for you. Then we'll physically release it from your body. So through shaking, sound, movement, getting it out of your nervous system, we're closing old chapters and welcoming in new, abundant, more vibrant energies. And we'll activate the 8 divine clarity codes, your new operating system. Code 1 is worthiness code. I'm enough exactly as I am. I'm more than enough. Code 2 is energy honoring code. I honor my energy is sacred, protecting your energy, honoring your time, managing your space, according to your healthy boundaries, saying no to what's not aligned and saying yes to what's aligned. Code 3 is discernment code. I know what's true for me. I know my highest truth. Hearing your soul's voice above other people's opinions, above society's expectations, or your ego's fear, or the 3D illusion. Code 4 is magnetism code. I attract what's aligned for me easily and effortlessly. Code 5 is sovereignty code. I'm whole, I'm free, I'm powerful, I'm divine, and you are not a half person waiting to be completed. You are whole, you're complete, you're sovereign, you're majestic, you're whole within yourself, and you're free to choose your reality, and you're powerful beyond measure. I'm here to help you remember all this over and over again. Code 6 is abundance code. I receive wealth and prosperity with ease and grace. Abundance is your natural state. Endless possibilities, infinite galaxies, billions of stars. These are what we are made of. That's what you're made of. Lack is simply a learned illusion as we were growing up. Code 7 is love code. I'm worthy of devoted, clear, committed love, harmonious relationships. You are love itself. You are love. Love is always available to you. Love is always available to you and it's already yours now. Code 8 is purpose code. Last but not the least, purpose code. I'm aligned with my soul's calling. You didn't come here by accident. Your soul has a mission only you can carry through. And of course, the truth frequency activated, your highest frequency of truth, where you know you create reality, where you transcend circumstances, where you operate from soul. will activate your soul star and stellar gateway, your guiding light, your connection to your soul's purpose, your divine mission. And when activated, you know why you're here. You manifest through divine intelligence where miracles come from. We'll also have we'll also do angel invocation. We'll have ask support from your divine support team. So we'll have them surrounding us, your guardian angels who've been with you since birth, loving you unconditionally. The archangels Michael for protection, Raphael for healing, Gabriel for clear communication. Tomorrow, we're asking for help and divine guidance. And we're also meeting once again your 2026 highest self, quantum timeline collapse. We're collapsing the timeline of your highest 2026 self into your present experience. You'll see her, feel her, merge with her, and become her. And we'll also do some movement practices, just easy shaking, grounding, releasing practices to anchor it all in your body, moving this new reality into your physical body through heart opening, grounding, releasing, expansion, and integration. And of course, we'll be mapping out your 2026 vision, not what ego wants, but what your soul knows, what's really meant for you for your highest good. And again, this is generosity based, it's pay what feels good, value based contribution, because I believe everyone who's meant to be in this portal should have access. So money should never be the barrier between you and your breakthrough, between you and your transformation, clarity, freedom, and purpose. So you decide what this transformation is worth for you. Some have enrolled already, and I appreciate that you're sending angel numbers, so $11, 22, 33, 44, 88, 111, 188. So whatever abundance exchange feels aligned in your heart. And if you pay in full, you receive a bonus one-on-one breakthrough session or oracle guidance session with me. So we'll spend time on Zoom where we go deep into your specific journey, any remaining blocks, and your next inspired action steps. Everyone gets lifetime replay access so that you can return to the activation whenever you need it. And tomorrow's activation would be 2.5 hours, and then we go even deeper in December. We have advanced God state consciousness activation on 1212 portal. So we're learning how to transcend all circumstances, living from soul instead of ego. We go deeper in knowing that you're the God of your reality and all the answers are within you. Again, it's pay what feels good, lifetime replay, and I'll be sending the links in the chat and the description in our WhatsApp group also. So if you want to join our WhatsApp group, please do as well. And that's where I send all the links and the live updates. And we also have the 21-day manifestation journey as we enter 2026. We're harnessing four cosmic portals, the winter solstice, Christmas, New Year, and January 11, 111. And we're embodying um, our highest self, and whatever we will release and birth in this 21 days becomes your entire 2026 and beyond. So it includes daily practices, community support, and again, it's pay what feels good. And we will journey into healing, releasing, rebirth, and new beginnings. And again, all of this begins tomorrow. Please join us tomorrow, the 8 divine clarity codes, and it will be your foundation for your identity shift. And remember that you were only running old programming before, and now you're installing a new operating system and you're shifting to a new reality. So let me just share the link in our chat. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you join tomorrow as well. Oh, wow, amazing. Yes, so this is the link to join. Yeah, this is the link to join for tomorrow. Yes. And then we have, it's bit.ly Divine Clarity Gateway. Capital D, C, and G. And we also have 1212 portal activation. And we have the 21-day manifestation journey. Please do come join our WhatsApp group to receive free oracle guidance, helpful resources, and live updates. So this is the link to join our WhatsApp group, bit.ly/ELC WhatsApp group, capital ELCWAG. All right. So to close this masterclass, I want you to know that you are shifting to a new reality. Every moment that you choose faith over fear, knowing over doubting, clarity over confusion, you're choosing your new reality. You no longer dim your light so others feel comfortable. I posted this on my Facebook and Instagram yesterday. I'm burping, releasing stale stock energies. Now you no longer dim your light so others feel comfortable. You don't explain your worth to people who can see it, and you don't wait to be chosen anymore. You do the choosing. And this is what I want for you and for me and all of us. When you finally love yourself, everything shifts. The right people show up. Angels on earth support you. Life starts reflecting back the love you're finally giving yourself. Pour it to yourself. Take it back. Focus on yourself. Choose yourself. Prioritize yourself. And you'll be overflowing with this love, and then life will mirror it back to you. And of course, you have to release and feel the pain. That's part of it. I did it in this past weeks. I was just crying and crying and crying. And then after the release, you recalibrate, you regulate, you come back stronger, much better. And so this is your sign. Stop giving yourself away. You're never meant to beg for love. You were meant to be love. You were never meant to be in lack and struggle all the time. Abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. So tomorrow we're stepping through a portal, again, from ego to soul, from confusion to clarity, from old patterns and limitations to new infinite possibilities. I'm stepping into this activation from my own journey. I'll be sharing my own personal experiences. And this is why you found me. This is why you're here. This is your time to rise and up level with me as your intuitive success mentor, your transformational teacher, your well-being coach, your self-love coach, and your goddess guide. Remember that every challenge is a gift that is preparing you for your next level. Tomorrow, we expand your vessel for miracles together. And I hope to see you again tomorrow, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Dubai time. It will be your rebirth, your clarity gateway, your transformation, and more breakthroughs are coming for you. See you tomorrow at the gateway. Your new reality begins. Allow me to just bless you. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away all your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. And may you walk gently through the earth and know its beauty all the days of your life. Let us bring our hands together in prayer and recite the 5 Reiki principles, or you can just simply say yes after me. Just for today, I'm at peace, I trust, I'm grateful, I work joyfully, I am love. And with a smile on our faces, let us slowly and gently open our eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. Love and light. Namaste. Thank you. See you tomorrow and in the coming days.